Hello, everybody. Burnedoutguy here, and welcome back to the Crust. All right, so last episode we had a nice, pretty decent beginning. Nothing too spectacular, but a nice, humble beginning, just like what the title was. All right, so today what we're going to try to get into is we're going to try to start to set up some good automation for our place.
Package delivered.
Oh well, amazing. Let's go see what our package is. Confirm. We'll just get him to drop that crap right there. So the goal is we're going to try to go through some research today, and I want to get to go scroll down here. Want to unlock the large containers and stuff, and we're going to start off with that. Damn, that was pretty loud in my ears.
As I suspected, the coordinates turned out to be quite approximate. Yeah, for such cases, the rover is equipped with the LPS, Lunar Proximity Scanner. It can detect even weak signals on the surface.
Awesome. Okay, so like I was saying, I was trying to get through some research so we can get the large containers going on. And then after that, we're going to try to start doing get into the multi-regolith refiners. That's going to be my big goal. That's where I really want to get to today. So if we can get these things unlocked, then we can start making a really nice production line and start thinking about the future. So that's the first little goal I want to get to today.
This contract will help us establish ourselves as a reliable business partner, so it's important to perform at our very best.
For carrying out various tasks and contracts on the moon, you may need a rover scout and cargo transport. Since our resources are currently insufficient for producing transport, you can purchase everything you need in the Crust Solutions section of the Control Center interface.
Okay, so we got a Crust
In this
solution.
section, you can rent other labs to participate in your research to increase your science point income.
That's kind of cool. That's actually really cool. That way we can get, if you're not generating enough certain type of science, you can buy it. I like that. That's cool. Instead of going to that research center, maybe I think maybe that's what it is. Coolness. We'll get transport stuff, so we can get another scout and another cargo truck if we wanted to. And then we got some structures that we can get from them. Interesting. Pretty cool. And then there's different technologies coming soon. All right, that's pretty interesting. So there's a bank. Ooh, I didn't know about this. We can take out loans. That's interesting. Wow, cool. We got logistics. I guess that's to fill up the orders and stuff. And then we got our contracts. So I guess this one contract here, they're looking for 25 of these plates. And we have 217 of the titanium plates. So we can go and do that. We'll send the resources. We can send all of them. I guess we could have just hit fill order, right? How do we want to deliver this? This barely uses any space in there, which is very unfortunate. Not very. But whatever. We'll send her off, and then that will start the whole thingamabob with that. Do I have to hit that to get out? The contract system is comprehensive. No, I'm pretty good at that. I think I got that down pack, my man. Thank you very much. There, that's off and running. So that's going to complete our first contract.
The first
Beautiful.
contract has just been completed, and I'm already negotiating the next one. We're in a unique situation.
We're
at an excellent pace to rebuild production while there's still no alternative to our product on Earth. Even the most basic resources will sell at extremely favorable prices.
Wonderful, my man. Wonderful. All right, so let's get some research done.
The ASIL Corporation is requesting a shipment of silicon for the continued production of construction materials. You can find out more at the control center.
All right, let's take a look. Looking for 75. We got enough to fulfill it. We'll do it. We'll go fill order. Oh, I like that. Wow, that's beautiful. All right. Just to help us get a little bit of bank, you know what I'm saying?
Objective achieved.
Great job, Director. The funds have already been deposited into our account. At this rate, we'll soon recoup our expedition and start making a profit.
Oh, of course, we didn't have more pressing issues for which the dispatched resources would be useful. But no, Director, we didn't miss out on short-term gain.
Oh my god. What a girl. Okay, good afternoon. I prefer you get straight to the point. Okay, we use solar energy. Yeah, we're using solar energy right now, so we got the ice extractor done now. That's good.
Director, the lunar proximity scanner emits a focused beam of electromagnetic waves. These waves propagate rapidly, covering the area around the scanner. When the waves encounter an object within the scanning zone, the LPS visualizes its location for the... When a hidden object is within the radius of the rover's inner circle...
All right, so they obviously got some issues with with the hell is that stuff? The thing there, the voices. So that's kind of weird. Didn't happen the first time, anyways. So if you click on the rover, detect hidden objects. That's interesting. That's cool. So it seems to have quite a decent range, but we didn't find anything. So I think you got to go and click on this. Okay, so you can see that the spikes are leading us that way. So what we'll do is we'll move over there. We can do it again. So it's still farther down this way. So we got these cargo pods that are ready, so we may as well just throw them down here. Oh, where are they dropping off? Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, so he's giving us batteries. Oh, that's pretty dope. Gave us some large ones. Oh, large solar panel. Okay. We'll put this guy like that. And we'll put the large solar panel like that.
Research complete.
There we go. Now that's going to be hooked up to the grid. We're going to get more power. Beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Eventually those will work. Okay, so now we can do this one here. Once that's done, we'll be able to get the large bulk storage, and then may as well go for that too. Okay, back out here, let's check our rover. We'll do the little thing. Okay, found that. Go investigate it.
Director, the results of the terminal survey are extremely disappointing. Immediately after the disaster, it tried to receive a distress signal from Hope 2, but failed and shut down. Only fragments remain. Even our base managed to receive this message in the better quality. Director, we still need to carry out repair work outside the base and organize an expedition. Build an expedition center so we can send drones and materials over long distances.
Sounds good, amigo. We'll go and investigate this too while we're out here, right?
Director, it looks like the rover has run out of power. Now, it couldn't beat a turtle in a race, and until the sun is up again, there's nothing we can do about it. The rover is solar powered, and as soon as the sun goes down, it starts using energy from its batteries. Keep this in mind when planning long-distance expeditions.
Problem, buddy. In the crater lies a vast storage structure comprised of multiple segmented modules. Emergency vehicles are scattered around the area. A sign by the entrance identifies it as reserve warehouse. And the Crust logo makes it clear who the owner is. The facility, designed for emergency use, houses a large quantity of steel, smart concrete, and modular frames. Nice. I got some science too with that. Beautiful.
Research complete.
We can assign an expedition to it to go pick up the resources. There we go. So everything is set up to go.
Everything is ready for trading. To sell your surplus resources, go to the online market section of the control center.
Excellent. So now we can buy and sell stuff if we want to. So if we wanted to sell stuff, I guess we could just sell stuff directly to the market if we wanted it to, right? So if we had like a surplus of this or whatever, we could set up a pod. Just for fun, we'll do one. We'll sell it. Right?
If you select an available resource on the left side of the screen, you'll see the fluctuations and its cost on the right side. To send a resource for sale, select the appropriate option in the bottom right corner of the screen. Director, you should carefully monitor supply and demand. The more resources of a specific type you put on the market, the lower their price will be.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So it's not something you're going to do too often. You're probably best just to stick with the contract, because if you're hurting for desperate money at the beginning, maybe it's a viable way of getting some extra cash. We can also start upgrading these things too here, so we can get increased number of signed contracts and commission. We can reduce the commission, so that wouldn't be too bad. Bring in some stuff that we got from way over there. They finally arrived, and they're just gonna go crazy with it and place it all over the place.
Research
Nice.
complete.
Director, this place was clearly inhabited until quite recently. Judging by the items left behind, they could be survivors from MT4, our ill-fated base. I'll contact their employers at Evermoon.
Cool. We'll go investigate this one over here now.
Director, we've been contacted by Mr. Holloway, the CEO of Evermoon Corporation. That's whose base we're running now. They've lost contact with their employees since the explosion and are asking us to try to find them. We can use our rover to do that, but Crust may not be happy. What do we do?
Well, we're definitely going to help
Thank you
them.
for agreeing to help. We received several fragmented messages from survivors at MT4, but then the communication was lost. We have sent you the coordinates of one of our complexes south of MT4. Maybe someone managed to take shelter there. Please check this point first. With your
All right, no problem. We'll go after there. We're almost to this one here, so we'll go there afterwards.
Around the research post, there is a leveled platform and several small buildings. Wheel tracks are leading away from it in different directions. Inside the structure is disarray. Items are scattered, lockers are open and emptied, emergency crates are opened and emptied. In some rooms, there is a large amount of research equipment and materials. There are no people to be seen. They clearly left the outpost in a hurry.
We're going to take the data because that's going to give us more science.
Director, finding surviving employees of another corporation is a worthwhile endeavor, but it's not our primary concern. Your emotions should not influence your decision-making, and I personally will make sure of it if needed.
What an ass.
Based on what I saw, the outpost was engaged in studying photosynthetic microorganisms capable of living in a vacuum and zero gravity. Director, send drones to study the materials. This will aid in further research.
All right, that sounds good. That's what I'm assuming we're going to need that expedition center for at one point or another.
After thoroughly scanning and exploring the area, the rover discovered a protective case with a tablet near one of the doors. In addition to research data, it contained a text file.
Collapse due to a powerful explosion. Kate and the others didn't make it out, and Tanya is seriously injured. 6 of us are alive, including me, MT4 Chief Robert Podolsky. The outer part of the complex was almost completely destroyed by the blast wave, and the electricity and life support systems are offline. We have a working vehicle, fuel, and oxygen supply. We have enough to reach the Evermoon 3 observation station. Let's see if they had more luck.
No biological or any other activity was detected in the complex.
Alrighty.
Director, that's our Robert. If there's any hope that he's alive, we should keep looking.
We'll send him to the Evermoon station over here.
The research station was badly damaged by the explosion. The radar towers were destroyed. The solar panels were also hit, but some of them are still working. Rover's equipment also detected activity underground. Someone may be down there. However, the door to the underground complex looks sealed. The activation panel is malfunctioning. To its left is scratched out "Traitors," and there are tracks. Someone has definitely been here recently. Now, there's just mangled equipment, a huge sealed door, and tracks leading away from the station.
What can we do?
The LPS system on the rover will help us find them. Run a scan near the research station.
All right, we'll do one of these things here. We'll go down this way. So we got a little signal over here, so we'll move here. We'll try to scan when we get a little bit closer. And we'll go investigate.
We discovered a damaged transport. There were no employees of the Evermoon Corporation inside. The transport's logbook survived, and the rover is transmitting the contents of the last entry.
What caused that explosion? An asteroid? Nuclear strike? What could hit so hard? It doesn't matter now. Tanya's condition has worsened, and medications are running out. Supplies, oxygen, all running low. The transport runs on solar panels, but soon it'll be night, and we won't survive it. We'll head towards the sun, try to buy us some time. If only those bastards at Station 3 had let us in. They survived. I heard knocking, but they didn't open the door. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe in their place, we would have done the same.
Interesting.
It's a tragedy. By the time the sun had set, they had no chance of survival. Thank you for bringing the matter to a close. We will notify their loved ones.
Director, there's
Ma'am.
more. We found an audio recording that appears to be Robert's.
Oh, let's hear it.
I don't know why I'm recording another one. Apparently, I miss you and the kids. I'll be home in 2 weeks. This time, we'll go to the mountains. I've had enough sand and beaches. Work, as luck would have it, hasn't slowed down a bit. Alloway insisted on mining right on MT4 and hired a company to do it. They seem to be nice young people with interesting developments. Their Alice reminds me of you when you were young. She's pretty and talks too much. How long has it been since I gave you flowers? Anyway, I have to run. There's something going on here.
Jeez.
I'll make sure this is passed on to his family.
Director, a horrific tragedy happened to the MT4 crew, and I can't help but wonder what happened at Evermoon 3. Robert said they weren't allowed to go inside, and the rover clearly detected activity inside. But I still can't believe a reasonable person could do such a thing. We can break the sealed door, but that would require sending drones and materials. What do you think?
I think let's check out the station. So as soon as we do build the expedition center, it'll be one of the things we'll be able to do. So sometimes you can find hidden points of interest by scanning. So we can, I guess we can't do this yet. Requires the repeater. Okay, well, we'll do that after we get the repeater. In the middle of a barren landscape stands a lone control tower. There is no obvious signs of damage. The structure seems to have been abandoned for some time. There are no people or unusual rover in sight. Emergency boxes are empty, and the only interesting thing is the information from the control computer. According to it, a supply convoy was supposed to pass nearby but never reached its destination. Cool. So we get some science. Nice. Now, can we scan for something around here? Oh yeah, look at that. Maybe we'll find the rover contents. All right, looks like we found it over here. Do another scan. Perfect. Investigate.
The convoy was transporting several tanks of liquefied fuel and a couple containers with various spare parts and electronic equipment. It seems that the vehicles were seriously damaged and buried under collapsed rock. You can immediately send a cargo truck to collect the easily accessible cargo, or you can try to break up the rubble with a rover. It will be necessary to send drones to excavate most of the cargo, but the operation to retrieve it might be risky.
I think what we'll do is we'll send out drones and try to collect everything. So it'll be one of the missions we'll do when we get that other thing. So that'd be good. So since we got some extra money, we can burn a little bit more. I think we should buy some science. 200 science, huh? For 90 days, I guess that's what that is. That was 400. Oh, but for only 10, okay. So we'll go with this one. Cool. And then we'll do some blue signs too as well. Awesome. That's going to help with that. The green science I'm not too worried about right now. I just kind of want to blow through this stuff a little bit. Well, I ran out of green science, so we may as well buy some. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to slowly get ready to set up some production stuff. I think we're going to go and get ready to start doing the smart bricks, so that way we can start getting some of the slag that's in our material, our production buildings here. So I think that would be a good thing to do. There we go. We'll also put a little storage coming off of it, so that way we can store some smart bricks, but then the rest are going to go on the production line. Every time I do something like this, we'll have a small little production thing down here for ourselves for building, and the majority of it will go to either construction or upstairs. So what we'll do is, oh crap, I forgot about that. We'll have to set this to bricks, concrete. This is the unknown object that I guess that hit the moon. So we'll send our rover to investigate that. Okay, so we're gonna start looking at the multi-regolith collector thing here. So you can flip the outputs so that way like you can set them up right. So I think what we'll do is we'll start them off like this. Yeah. Then hold shift. Then we'll flip the output. Sorry. Make sure that the regolith is at the top and flip the output, so that way we get the iron facing inwards this time, right? We'll go about, I guess 5 blocks apart should be fine, I think. There, now if I grab the belts and I go and on each one, we can see what their outputs are. We can see we have these two as a team, these two kind of as a team, and this one is like the lone warrior. All right, so once we get once we get these unlocked, we'll be able to start setting up our multi-regolith things here. But we'll just let them go get constructed for now. We're about halfway through the research for this. Okay, initial examination of the objects allows us to determine that it's a space telescope. The rover's camera clearly transmits that the telescope is partially submerged in the lunar regolith, and its outer shell is covered with a layer of lunar dust. Some panels and elements have been damaged on the impact, but it's safe to say that this is the James Webb that went missing a few years ago. Oh no, not the James Webb. Once a next generation telescope, now a pile of scrap metal. We've gotten some useful information, but that's about it. It's time for him to retire. Yeah, no kidding, eh? Oh, that's sad. We get some science from that. That was what they detected way over here. Okay, so now we have those things unlocked for what we're looking for here. So these things are really kind of good. You can go in and under the under structures and stuff like that with them, so it's like an underground belt, which is really good. So we have these two that are together. I guess we'll start by placing these things here. So this is kind of how it goes. You'll have this iron connected with this iron. It's going to go through here. So both of these will join up and go through here. So we can have all of these connect. And this is what's going to be our production for that. Meant to hit escape. Then we can go to storage. We can grab a large storage bulk. Like grabbing these. Maybe we should spread these out a little bit farther down, huh? I'm going to do just the one for now. And then we're going to space out our smelters over here and figure out like how many smelters we want to kind of like do. I was thinking maybe 3 probably just to start. And we'll see how that goes. And then we might have to like rearrange how this belt system works, right? that's the first one anyway. So that's iron coming out. Now we got to go worry about the other stuff. So we'll work on this one right here. We'll do the interior stuff first, and then we'll work on the exterior ones here. Okay, so I did that kind of backwards, actually. I believe I was supposed to put both of them inwards. And these ones like this. Here is how it works: is your iron and your, I guess that's it's maybe voodoo silver or aluminum, maybe. Yeah, might be titanium. I don't know which one it is. We'll figure it out when we get to the end. But these ones go through the middle, and then they skip this side completely because the other ones are going to be on the outside. And then they come in through the middle, and then we do the same thing over here again. And then these ones will join there. And there you go. And then this way, you know where all the green arrow is. You know that's the direction that everything is going to be going, right? Same thing here. We know the direction is going to be going into those. And then we just make these ones go here and here. And then we'll have the outputs whenever we need to put the outputs. Now we can go and deal with this side here. Now we'll have our silicone come out here like this, down and in there. That will be connected to here, connected to there, so forth. We'll just go all the way down here. And that'll be the exit. And then we're just going to find the silicone on each one of these. Sure, we'll make that one go down to the halfway point, and then that'll go on. Silicone should go on that one because they're teamed up now. I forgot to add these conveyor belts for the iron. Oops. That's good. Now we got it. There you go. Now that's all hooked up. Okay, so this one's gonna go around here. Skip this one. This one can come here at the halfway point. Go here. I can join there. Skips this one here. The halfway point. And there. And that keeps everything nice and clean. Beautiful. So now we can go build all. Boom. So now all the materials are going to go flowing through there. Now we just got to get the regolith to come into these. And then on the way out, we're going to have a slag output. Okay, so the slag will come out here like this. It'll go up here. It'll join into this thing here and go there. This is also going to require silicone. So what I'm going to do, where is that? I'm going to grab just a small storage, put it like this. This is going to be for silicone. That will go in there. And off of this one right here, we are going to snag some silicone off of this way and bring it over here like that. So we'll always be sending some of our silicone over here, but not all of it, only a portion. And then we'll always have smart bricks being created is kind of the goal with that. So that's, oh, insufficient funds. Oh, you suck. Okay, so I guess we can go over here. What do you guys want? You know, we don't have that yet. Missing 20,000 bucks, huh? So I'm gonna sell 50 rare earth. I think it'd be a good idea. Oh, I want to sell. Oops, my bad. 51. There we go. We'll sell that. We'll get some moolah going. All right, now we got enough money. That's good. That completes that little part. All right, so we're gonna have to use the smaller ones for now because we're not making the proper materials for the bigger ones, but we'll change those out later, which is not a big deal. It's just like little small buffers, so that way we always have like regolith being built up and they're not building up anywhere else. Gonna take the place of all of this stuff that we're doing here, right? And eventually we're just gonna have a regolith belt coming into all of these, more or less. So this is pretty much all the whole setup that we got going on. So all we need really is to add power to this whole thing. So let's put in some power poles. There you go. Now all these little bad boys are all powered up. And they'll get regolith from me telling the guys to bring the regolith here instead of over here. So this system will slowly empty out on its own. And yeah, we'll see how that works. And we can also put this on priority. Oops. There we go. So that way they're also going to bring slag over here as well. And now as they process stuff, you can see it's going to go onto the belts. It's good. Everything seems to be making it through. Happy to see that. This is regolith. Yeah, there we go. That's the regolith refining thing all in a nutshell. And if we ever wanted to like make another one, well, we have room next to it once we get rid of these nodes. So yeah, eventually we'll start hooking up all the regolith so that way it goes through here. For now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn these things off. And then that way it empties out all of this system here. And I think what I'll do temporarily is maybe we put in a couple of storage systems here to help empty them out. There we go. I just gotta set this one up. Silicone. Steel. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I think the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put a rare earth manufacturing here, I believe. Yeah, looks like a good spot for it. And then take that. And we can send the slag directly into that. And we can build a temporary little storage room here. That's going to be for rare earth. And then we'll send that through there. Just like so. And then we'll have a small little rare earth collection thing going on. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have all that all up and running. This is pretty much all backed up. Now we just kind of fix up where we want all of our smeltery systems and all that good stuff. But I think we're going to leave that for tomorrow or the next episode or whatever. So, and I hope you enjoyed the episode, everybody. Like, subscribe, peace, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.